Mike, thank you for taking time to join us today. Right off the bat, why don't you take us through how it is that your car dealer bond got established?
Great question. Takes me back to 2011. Gosh, it was a few years after the recession had ended. I had some extra free time. My son, he was just born. He was about 2 years old. I had this energy that I had to get out, and it gave me a good reason to have to get away from some of the crying. My daughter was young. And wanted me out of her hair, and my wife was probably not that much different. What I did end up noticing is that I really had an interest in used car dealers. During the day, I helped them with their insurance needs. I crafted a program at the insurance company level for it catered to used car dealers. It was very intricate in detail. I got into everything from the rating to how it's being underwritten to the claims that would be paid and the legal processes involved in the contracts, that type of thing. But I did notice that there was an education piece that I wasn't as familiar with, and that's, what does a dealer have to do to even get into the business? When he's not a dealer yet, when he's just an individual, what does he have to actually go through to become a licensed used car dealer, let's say in a state like California specifically? And so I started to go through that process. I started to work with educators across the state and started to really understand the steps, the procedures, the prerequisites, the processes, the sequence of these processes, and it really gave me a better understanding in its totality of this exact industry, that then put me in a position to understand that there's another requirement. It's the bond. And so as I was coming in contact with more and more dealers, they were asking me, where do I go for a bond? And I would send them to some of these folks that during the day, they were my insurance agents. And these guys, we did, they sold insurance for the company that I worked for. And so I had good relationships with them. I said, call this guy. He needs a bond. He's trying to become a dealer. He's trying to get his license by next week. Can you help him out? Sure, I'll do it. No problem. I'd send it to him. 2 days later, the guy's calling me saying, you're going to never call him. What happened? And after about the fourth or fifth time this happened, because I went through several different agents saying, well, maybe you're not the right guy. Maybe I'll try this other one. He seems to do a lot of business. Maybe he's got better infrastructure for it. And the same thing kept on happening. Finally, one of them said, Mike, when did you leave me the voicemail about this guy? I called you. I left you his name, his number, his email. When did you do it? I did it 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Have you called back yet? No. He's like, Mike, I've got voicemails from 2 weeks ago. I'll be getting to that. I'm not sure when. I remember being at the airport at that time, flying in between offices, the corporate and the corporate office and our processing headquarters, and thinking, oh my God, I can't continue to do this. I'm putting my own good name in harm's way here. And so that's when I decided, I probably should do this. I went to the insurance company that I worked for. I went to the president of the company, went to the vice president of the company, said, what do you guys think of opening up a surety division? I said, Mike, we don't know much about surety, but you know what? If you really do want to do this, that'd be great. Go ahead and wet your beak on that. Dip your toe in the water, figure it all out. And then if it makes sense for us as a company, maybe we'll do something. And I said, well, geez, is that the green light for me to start my own little agency? They said, sure, why not? Doesn't compete with what we do. It's not insurance. It's surety. It's bonds. It's very different. No problem. So that's how to answer your question, that's how your car dealer bond started.